Welcome to Vanishing Bangkok Part 2, documenting the changing face of our city. In this episode we've got vanishing architecture, disappearing neighbourhoods, heritage destroyed in the name of progress, plus as a bonus by popular demand a vanishing hotel right in the middle of Sukhumvit. So get yourself a cold drink, get comfortable as we look at what's here today that'll be gone tomorrow. Travesty, an abomination, a disgrace, a betrayal. These are some of the words used to describe the current state of the famous robot building here on Saturn Road. As you can see, it's been stripped completely naked. Will it be restored to its former glory, or will it be rebuilt to blend in with its surroundings? I think the latter is probably the most likely. The futuristic robot building was completed in 1986, designed by renowned Thai architect Sukhumvit. Its design was to reflect the modernisation and computerisation of the banking system and inspired by his son's toy robot. The Los Angeles Museum of Contemporary Art named it one of the 50 seminal buildings of the 20th century. It also won an award from Chicago's Atheneum Museum of Architecture and Design. And I'm wondering, do these renowned establishments know what's going on with the building at this moment in time? And what would they think? I'm at the intersection here of Ratchathewi Road and Chitlom Road, and another building whose days are definitely numbered right behind me. This is the former headquarters of SCB, Siam Commercial Bank, and the building's been empty for some years now. They moved here in 1971 from their original HQ in a building by the river, which is also very beautiful, by the way. And then in 1997 they moved from here to another architecturally interesting building on Ratchathewi Road by Ratchathewi, the SCB Park Plaza. Now, this kind of modernist architectural design was very innovative for its time in the late 60s and early 70s, and there's a similar building just down the road. The Indra Regent Hotel was part of a complex that included bars, restaurants, a department store, a bowling alley and a cinema. It was the first all-in-one complex of its kind and became very popular with the middle classes in the 1970s and early 1980s. It opened in 1970 as part of the Regent Hotel Group, but 5 years later the Regent Group pulled out but allowed the hotel to continue using its name. Nowadays, the hotel is not in great shape. I think it would take millions to get this place up and running back to its heyday in the 70s and 80s when this area was a bustling shopping district. Expect it to be either demolished or rebranded and refurbished by a bigger hotel chain. As you probably noticed, I'm in the Asok neighbourhood to look at a bit of background on the area. We've got two semi-historic locations, one legitimately historic location, but first we're going to start off with a condo that's been making the news recently for the wrong reasons. Behind me is the Ashton Asok condominium. Now you may have heard about it in the news over the last month. They've had their construction permit retrospectively revoked. Now the condo was completed in 2017, so what the hell is going on here? I'm going to explain it to you as simply as I can. So when they built the condo, they had an entrance road going up to the front of it, which went over MRTA land, as we're right next to Sukhumvit MRT station. And building regulations state that the entrance road must be at least 12 metres wide. So one, it wasn't 12 metres wide, and two, it went over MRTA land, which leaves the Ashton Asok condominium with a problem here. They've got nowhere to put a new entrance road, so what can they do? When they initially applied for planning permission, they said they were going to build an 8-storey building, which is a great way to get your foot in the door, if you know what I'm saying. But now they have these issues. There could be a chance that this condo, 50 stories high, may well be demolished. So the condo has a dilemma now. To stay in business and stay within the law, they have to build a new entrance road at least 12 metres wide. I've come round to the other side of the condo, Sukhumvit Soi 19. Now I was reading a Thai news website and they came up with two options. I'm going to add a third option of my own at the end. You'll see why. One of the options was to buy up this street behind me and all the homes and businesses, knock it down and build a new entrance road, but that would cost them at least 4 billion baht. That equates to 250 million baht per business or homeowner, many of which have refused to sell up. And with the whole condo project costing 6.5 billion baht altogether, that would be financial suicide. Another option would be to buy some land from Terminal 21. Now this third option that I'm adding in myself would be to demolish the Siam Society building that has been there since 1933. Lots of history, lots of heritage, and given the current climate of destroying heritage for residential or commercial properties, it wouldn't surprise me, but it's very unlikely to happen. This is an ongoing news story, so you may read about the developments on this over the next couple of months or so. When I did videos about the histories of Nana, Soy Cowboy and Asok, I had several comments saying that you didn't mention the Honey Hotel. Now at that time I didn't realise it was such an institution and it was so dear to a lot of people's hearts. It dates back to the Vietnam War era, 1967 it was built, and it closed its doors on the last day of 2017. Over the years, the hotel had many faithful regulars and many paid tribute online. Others weren't so sympathetic. One commenter said that he was glad to see the back of it because it was a shithole. Our friend Aussie John was a regular at the Honey Hotel. He documented his stays over the years on several videos. Now it looks like it's going to become just another condo, but even if it looks like all the other condos surrounding it, this one, I'm pretty sure, is going to be different. So that brings us nicely to the corner of Sukhumvit Soi 19, and I thought as we're here we might as well continue our look at local history in this neighbourhood. So does anyone remember what used to be on the corner of Sukhumvit Soi 19 back in 1996 before the SkyTrain and Terminal 21 plunged this area into the shadows? Our next historic location was opposite Soi 19. Now purists probably wouldn't like me calling this a historic location. It was a place where guys could come and get drunk, play pool and mix with some interesting company. The old entrance to the Players was right behind me. From a visual point of view, Asok intersection has changed a hell of a lot in the last 30 years, mainly down to the SkyTrain construction in the 1990s, which completely reshaped, revitalised and modernised this area into this sleek-looking metropolis that we see all around us now. And you could easily be mistaken for thinking you're actually standing at a road junction in Singapore, but I'm afraid that is where the compliments end, and it is still essentially the intersection from hell. That was a nickname given to it in the 1980s for obvious reasons. I suppose the modern equivalent, you could call it the junction of Jesus Christ, which is what you would hear most tourists shout when they realise that the artistically painted pedestrian crossings mean absolutely nothing. I'm on a very noisy Piatai road just down from Ratchathewi BTS station, an area that has changed a hell of a lot over the last 50 or 60 years or so, particularly on this side of the street. But it's great because I'm still finding lots of old photos and video footage of this area back in the day, and of course that kind of thing is my kind of porn, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, you might recognise this location. I'm in Chalamla Gardens, also known as the Graffiti Park. And on this location 50 years ago was a car showroom and garage. A few doors up was the famous McKenna Theatre, which closed in 2002. And that is memorable for me because I remember going past on the SkyTrain hearing all these crashes and bangs, and that was the noisiest demolition I have ever heard. It even made the news. Anyway, I'm here because I've managed to locate the final old building still standing from the 1960s. Hollywood Street may not look architecturally outstanding to you, but this is the last old school building on this side of the street yet to be demolished. It dates back to 1982 and was part of a large L-shaped complex going round onto Petcherbury Road. The centrepiece of this complex was the Hollywood Theatre. Now this building and the land where the Cocoa Walk sits are the last bits of real estate on this side of Piatai Road yet to be developed. So it remains to be seen what might happen here in the next 5 to 7 years. And that could also mean the Rock Pub may have to find another location. Well, that just about wraps up part 2 of Vanishing Bangkok. I hope you found it educational, inspirational, enjoyable, riveting, all that kind of thing. Please do subscribe if you haven't already done so. Like, share, leave a comment. If you want to support me and support the channel, you can do so via the Buy Me a Coffee link on the screen up there, or you can join the channel and become a member. That just leaves me to say what I always say. Thanks very much for watching, and unless I vanish, I will see you soon.